your personal, disgruntled levels start to drop, because as someone gets mad with you, you start getting mad. This is how life works. As someone starts getting agitated with you, you start getting agitated. It's just humanity. It's the way we're built. You start getting agitated because it's upsetting you. So you want to bring those levels down, and you want to bring the levels down with your customers as well. So you want to create healthier environments by resolving issues. Resolve them. Your pointed attitude has to be towards resolving issues. Okay, every customer is different. We're all the same. We'll be sitting in this room all dressed the same. The women the same, the men the same. How boring would that be? Or would it? Would it be boring? Would it be boring if everyone dressed like you? Some uniforms, yes. Uniforms, I'm talking about everyone. Yes, some uniforms are really beautiful. Which ones have you been admiring, sir? Which ones? Because I'm not sure if you're admiring the uniforms or the people who are wearing them. Huh? You don't want to share with us? No. Okay. What makes a difference to treating each customer for who they are only happens when you start to build relationships with your customers. And without relationship building, you actually don't have customers, because if I had to do a quick, thorough search here and say, how many mobile companies do we have present? How many banks do we have present? How many supermarkets do we have present? How many companies that print books that are present? If we go to the whole list, the amount of competition in our consumer world today means that you are not special. If you don't do your job right, there's another company. And if they don't do it right, there's another company. And if they don't do it right, the list goes on. The amount of competition in every industry is huge. So when people feel special because they're in a certain space, I'd like you to realize that you're not that special because you have competition. And that competition means that if you don't do your job right, or if your people don't do their jobs right, your customer's gone. Customer loyalty is not what it used to be 20 years ago, when competition was smaller, when you didn't have options, when it was different, because at that time, we didn't have technology as huge as it is now. People used to meet each other to have discussions. Today you send an SMS, you send a tweet, you send a Facebook message, you send an email. That personal human touch has actually reduced. But if you want to do well in your businesses, let me tell you, get back to creating that bridge of trust by building relationships. You build relationships, you start creating loyalty within your customers. Your customers will stay, even if the competition drops their price. I can assure you this because it is happening. People stay with businesses, people keep staying with their service providers, mostly because they have a relationship with someone. And because that relationship works. Because they know they can pick up the phone, they can email this person, and they will get a response. Okay? So, relationship building is really important. Regardless of if, in the next 5 years we'll get another 5 or 10 other social media platforms, regardless of whether people will stop speaking because now it'll just be electronic. If you want to win, you need to keep that human touch in. It makes a difference. Okay, what makes a customer experience memorable? Sorry, did I hear someone?
The satisfaction.
Great, I'm really glad you put your voice up so I could hear it. That's the way you need to speak, right? Got a great voice too. So, satisfaction. What's satisfaction?
the commencement of the service.
Okay, so you married? You're not married. Do you have a girlfriend? You have a girlfriend. Okay. What's satisfaction between you and your girlfriend? Are your customer service people really the right match for those positions? Or are they there because they want a job? And this is a huge question I ask no matter what level or what title or what position I look at. Are you doing what you enjoy, what you're good at, what you have skills and talents for, or are you in a job for the sake of being in a job? And you, every single one in this room must ask the question, and if you're the head of a team or several teams, you must ask the question, are the people that are working for you, are they in the right positions, or can you kind of, shake up the chessboard and really put people in the right places to do what they would be really good at? Because I find that a lot of people take jobs and then they're not happy in them, but because there's a salary attached to it and you have bills to pay, you stay there. Whereas if you have the courage to really look at another position and think you could do a better job there, or see a colleague and have a discussion with them, then we stop having these situations where it's a jigsaw puzzle with mismatched numbers. It's too much of that. Excuse me, a lot of the customer service people I speak with are actually not customer service material. They're actually not even happy to be speaking on the phone. They may have a degree, they may have great education, but you know what? They would really like to speak to people. So why put them in those positions? Just because they have a piece of paper. Why not put them where they're going to be more comfortable? Why not put the people that love to be with people where they ought to be? So this is something that every organization must consider. Are the right people in the right place doing the right jobs? Or do you need to really play chess again? So on that note, I think my time's up. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you so much, Tazim. Let's give another round of applause, please. Tazim has this unconventional strategy of course, engaging people. And no wonder she's referred to as the Indian black butterfly. Thank you so much. You made us laugh all through, and I think the points were well captured. Just listening to you, you captured the 3 fundamental principles of customer service. So let's give our attention to Pauline, please.
I did sales previously in my very old life. And I used to think it was a very hard job because of the word target. Anyone who has done sales knows. The word target decides whether you have a job, whether you eat, or whether you have a family. And then I moved into customer service. And I was like, oh my God, this is the hardest job on. The most thankful. Because once you sort those customers, you're employed to sort those customers. There's nothing more. So how many opportunities are we losing in business because of poor customer service, including Safaricom? Yeah? By the way, just to give you numbers for Safaricom so that you can understand and you can be with me. We receive at least 500,000 attempts to reach us every single day from 50% of Kenyans, 200 and about 50,000 customers calling us every day. I have sent money to the wrong person. I have this phone, I can't load my iPad. I am roaming, I can't make calls. You think about it. Safaricom employs in the call center, the whole contact center, 1,600 staff, which constitutes about 45% of the total staff, just to take care of customers. Beyond that, we have what we call the retail centers, where you also find a lot of customer care, not necessarily sales. So just to show you the opportunity that exists for successful brands, as much as you may not be accessing 9100, because I know that will be the bone of contention, you see that Safaricom employs about 70% or 65% of its staff to actually do customer support. Okay? So that is one of the secrets of success, because we all talk about how much it costs to acquire a customer, you know, and the retention of a customer. I know you have had that until you're tired of hearing it. So let me just take you through. I know you know our brand proposition and what we do. We believe in differentiating ourselves by such things as customer support. So for us, customer support, customer care is just called 9100. It goes beyond. What are the principles that we live up to? We believe we want to see you as a customer. We talk about customer intimacy, but we want to talk to you. In most organizations, what happens when there is a complaint to the boss? What happens when there is a complaint to the boss? How many people will call that customer? So the customer suddenly is bombarded by about how many people? Sales, marketing, customer care, director, everyone is calling the customer. But we lost the opportunity at first where we would have been able to solve this customer at the point where they first complained. Okay? So you're talking about knowing this customer and seeing them from a 360 degrees view. When I walk into a sales meeting, I'm still giving some customer support. But what happens? The sales guy goes to the same client. By evening, the client has issues because the sales guy is saying, you call me for these issues. Because they don't want, because they did fix something, you call me. So the customer has how many points to talk through? Quite a number. The sales guy, the friend they know in the company, Bob Colimo, Twitter, okay? So what happens? There's a lot of fragmented information around this client. So how do you put systems in place to ensure that for every contact, you're capturing so that you know this customer? The other thing is, we want to move from ambushed customer offering, and this is what I'm also talking about, to unmatched, where when you call, we'll say, thank you, Jane, for calling us. We see you had tweeted us yesterday, and you had talked to us on email. This is what the issue is. Then give expectations that can be met. And that is supported by having integrated platforms where you're actually viewing this customer. Customer service is not a help desk, you know, where we put, like she said, the people who maybe just left university or just left school and they are looking for a job, and who we put on board immediately, they work because you sit here and solve these customers' issues because you don't have somebody. So in a day you're telling them, sit there and answer the queries. The other thing is, collaborate, not just within the organization. Because in most instances, what happens? A customer calls. Yeah, I have spoken to our technical people. Your case is sitting with the technical department. Does the customer care? No. It is one organization. We look at the cost to serve. In most instances, you're just looking at customer care. Nobody actually calculates to see how much are we spending to ensure that you're actually losing so much money every time you have a call. And we have what we call demand reduction, because today a customer calling to us, how should I M-Pesa, how should I Sambaza? You're not creating value for your organization because you need to communicate prior to reduce that cost to serve. So the other thing is moving from standalone channels experience to omni channels. You have M-Care, I-Care, you're looking at the IVRs, you're looking at social media, you're looking at emails, SMS platforms to ensure that you're meeting the needs of the customers. if you look at our Kenyan population today, about 60% is the youth. I don't know who has a teenager like me. What happens? For us, we WhatsApp when we're in the house or we text each other. Yeah? So when you're there busy putting up call centers where you will have voice phone, that will be for my dad, yeah? But for my son, he does not even want any interaction with any customer. In fact, I asked him, have you ever called line 100? And he told me, no, that's very shady. But you see, businesses are aligning themselves to build call centers. Yet the population is telling you, you need to look at alternative methods of actually interacting and being more intimate and understanding your customer. So those are some of the things that you're looking at. Then we have the big data, big words. But it's really the information that you have collected in your own organization, because nobody knows your customer more than yourself. Are you storing this information to be able to know Pauline is X years old, has this lifestyle, needs to have this product? Are you matching these products with the profile of your customer? Or when they call, it's just mteja anataka nini? These guys are just calling. How many times do these clients call us? You know, the ones who even refuse to hang up, eh? So what are we doing? And what are some of the processes that we design within customer care? Obviously, end-to-end processes where you are sitting and saying, what experience should this customer have when they walk in to your business? If you're in the insurance industry, once you are able to convince that customer, what do you want with them? Yeah? What is it that you are looking for when they have your insurance or you have sold to them whatever product you have? You see, we just are thrilled at the point of sale. But we never actually look and say, where do I want this customer to be? Today Safaricom is 13, 14 years old, okay? So imagine somebody who joined in 2000. What are we doing for this customer? Okay? So what will we do with this customer who will be 24 years old with us in 10 years? What's our plan? What's your plan? So those are some of the things that